Yeah, there won't be a deal today.
Okay,
There will not be a deal today.
Okay, there you go. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a deal will be done today. I said this week.
Good night,
so
everybody. Good night. Thank you for listening to the Burns and Gambo Show. Good night.
Yeah, I don't expect the deal done today. The NBA Finals will resume tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
I believe.
I like
they
how
may
you
not
asked that with a question mark.
I'm almost.
Tomorrow?
I knew that, but so maybe this comes down Friday or Saturday or Sunday. I was pretty adamant that it'll be this week. So I'll take until the weekend. But maybe if it goes into next week, then I was wrong. I think Shams and others thought it would be by last weekend. I never thought it would be by last weekend. But the Suns continue to negotiate and talk to these teams to try to find the best deal for them. I remain. I believe that the Phoenix Suns are going to try to make the best deal for them, not the best deal for Kevin Durant. However they can do it. But I do believe that, Kevin Durant is through back channels trying to get to one of his desired places.
Sure.
I'm sure there are places he does not want to go to, and I think through back channels he's probably trying to figure out a way to make sure that he doesn't go to one of those places. But I think the Suns ultimately want to move him somewhere where they get the best deal.
Yeah, and honestly, that's kind of how we're going to break up this conversation. We're going to talk about D-backs in the next segment, but we're going to spend a few minutes here talking, and then later in the show we'll talk about one of his desired locations in the Houston Rockets. But we're going to open the show with a team that he has made very clear through the reporting of Shams Charania. In fact, I saw Brian Windhorst said something like he might as well have tweeted it himself. Kevin Durant, I don't want to go to Minnesota. I do not want to do that. This is Sam Amick, who is an athletic NBA writer, and this is on the Athletic NBA Daily Podcast, in which he says if Minnesota believes that Kevin Durant doesn't want to go there, they're not going to play ball on this.
It's up to Kevin, really, because Minnesota's not going to play ball until they get signaled that Kevin wants to play there.
And sign the extension.
Tim Conley, in particular, the GM, personality-wise, he's a culture lifter. He's a guy that wants people to want to be there. That is something that matters to him. And so if the messaging continues that Kevin would be, coming while dragging his feet, then the Wolves are not going to put much on the table.
So that I think if true, and I think we've all kind of heard similar things or read similar things, if that's true, then it puts the onus on Kevin Durant to change his mind. And if he's not going to change his mind and Minnesota's not going to change theirs, that might take an offer that we've long speculated that is probably something like Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo, one of their young players and a draft pick.
Yeah.
It might take that one off the table, and that might no longer be the best offer for the Kevin Durant for the Phoenix Suns if Minnesota decides they don't want to play ball because Katie doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, at this point, I do believe that Minnesota has consistently had the best offer on the table. But if Durant doesn't want to go there, the Suns may still want to send him there. It's just a matter of would Minnesota take him.
Exactly.
Would Minnesota take him if he doesn't want him? So then it comes down to, okay, do you take the second best deal, or can you continue to negotiate to get one of these teams to make a better deal? Till you say, okay, we actually like this deal better than the Minnesota deal. I don't know that these deals are like head and shoulders better. One's better than another by a lot. I think there are probably some deals that are very close, and it may be a matter of just trying to go back to those teams. And, if it's not going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we don't know this, but if it's not going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves, trying to extract more out of some of these other teams that you're negotiating with.
And the question then becomes with what leverage, with what power do you have to be able to do that? Because it kind of felt like Minnesota and any wild card team that he didn't want to go to that was willing to trade for him anyway. And we've talked about this a lot, you and I, over the last week or so. It felt like that was kind of the Suns' leverage in all of this was, hey, we'll send him somewhere he doesn't want to go. And as long as there's a market of 2 or 3 teams of places that he doesn't want to go that are willing to take that risk, then the Suns can use that leverage against the places that he does want to go to extract that better value that you're talking about. If the Minnesotas of the world, or I'll even use the Toronto Raptors of the world, if they dry up and they're not there anymore and the Suns can't use that as leverage, then I don't know what the motivation for Houston or San Antonio or Miami would be to up their offer if other than competing against themselves.
Against each other.
Because there's no wild card team out there for the Suns to say, hey, man, he wants to go there, but if you don't do it, we're going to send him to Minnesota whether he wants to or not. Well, Minnesota is they're kind of screwing with that, Gambo. They're kind of screwing with the Suns' plans a little bit.
the coach last night, and we were an NBA coach, and we were talking about, Kevin Durant and trade value and stuff like that. And he goes, man, this is Kevin Durant we're talking about. This is Kevin Durant. Like, he'll score 25 per game when he's 40. Like, no problem. Like, one of the greatest players that's ever played this, still plays a game at the high level. Like, all the metrics of Kevin Durant over the last few years have shown no signs of slowing down. No signs. As a matter of fact, some point to him being as good, if not better, in some of the metrics. And his coach was like, it's Kevin Durant we're talking about. Like, you got to go. If you're one of these teams, you got a chance to go get Kevin Durant, you go get him. Like the Phoenix Suns did. Now, it didn't work out for the Suns because they didn't have the right talent around him. But me and you have spent the last year saying it's not Kevin Durant's fault that the Suns weren't any good.
No.
It's not Kevin Durant's fault. Like, Kevin Durant is still a great player. It just wasn't a good team around him.
It can be the best made pair of jeans in the world. And if you sell them and put a price tag on them for $200 and nobody buys them, it doesn't matter whether you think the jeans are worth it or not. It doesn't matter the quality of material you put into it or the craftsmanship or anything. If no one's buying it for $200, eventually you have to lower the price. And you can sit there and say, but guys, this pair of jeans, I mean, it's just the bomb, man. You're not going to get a better, longer-lasting, better-looking, stylish pair of jeans than this right now. If nobody's buying it, nobody's buying it. And I'm Gambo, I'm scared to death we have gotten to that point in this conversation where it's just, you can talk about how great the jeans are all you want. Nobody's buying that pair of jeans for $200, no matter how hard you try if you're the Suns.
So what does the store do when you can't sell a pair of jeans for $200?
They lower the price.
Okay.
They lower the price.
I mean, I've seen a whole lot of lowering the price things. I don't think that's how. I think that these teams have made offers. I think all of these teams have made offers,
but I don't think what the Suns want. They're just not what the Suns are asking for.
But I don't think that these teams are saying, okay, I'm going to take this guy off the table because obviously you're not getting anything you want. So I'm going to give you less than what I offered. I think it's just a matter of like.
And I'm not suggesting that. I hope I'm not suggesting that. I think it's a matter of the Suns wanting more and the team's going, yeah, no, we're not giving you more. We're not giving you more. This is it. This is our offer for the pair of jeans. You're either going to take it or you're not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not worried. Worried they're taking things off. I'm just worried they're not going to put things on, and the Suns might want them to put things on the offer.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, I truly believe that this is all negotiating, trying to get teams to give up more, not less. And if there is a team out there that says, okay, I'm going to give up a little bit more, then maybe that team gets over the finish line.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.